In this video I'm riding Xyla, and she is pretty resistant, and I'm going to work through a couple of things here. She ends up fighting with me going forward, fighting with me steering. At one point she gives me a little bit of a buck, and we're going to work through all those things. I had started her last year, rode her a few months and sent her home, and while she was home she started this attitude. Here you'll see on the left, she's not the most athletic horse there is out there, but she's the one that I took out in the pasture a while back and pushed the cows in. I mean, she is actually broke pretty good and knows a little bit when she wants to. And that's a big key here, is when she wants to. When it's fun, when we're doing something that she wants to do. Here I'm riding around in a covered arena. It's boring. She doesn't really want to do it, but we're working on some basic steering, basic body control that she really needs to have. And I've ridden her in here, I've ridden her out, and she fights with me much more in here. And you might think, well, you need to ride her out more, but the thing about it is, I need her more willing and less resistant in here. So we'll ride her out some just so that we're not fighting with her every ride that we get on with her. But we're going to do a lot of work in here so that she will relax, give in, give her body. Right here I'm just trying to turn her towards the wall, basic rollback that you see me do with quite a few horses, and she just kind of bogs down right there at the wall, not really wanting to bring her front end around, not really wanting to push with her back end, just kind of laying on my hands, laying on my legs. And this is the kind of thing that we need to work out. Right now, she's been pretty much just passive resistant. She's not really actively telling me no, which you will see in a few minutes. She's just not being real willing to do what I ask her to do. And that is still resistance. And a lot of people miss this as being resistance. But this has to be worked out. And you'll see as this ride goes on how it's going to get worse because this resistance is there. Again, that was just a turn towards the wall, just basic, turn to the wall and go the other direction. Nothing drastic about it, nothing fancy about it. I use those turns to get her to use her body correctly, but at this point she's so resistant to them, she's not really even doing that right. I'm moving her around a little bit, trotting around, steering around. You'll see in just a minute, she starts not even wanting to do this. You'll see that in a minute, and it's just her saying, no, I don't want to work. Another turn in the wall. See how she kind of pinches my leg into the wall? Don't really want to turn. She gets her body up against the wall like saying, I can't turn. But she's the one that put her body there. I didn't put her there. She needs to use her athletic ability, which she doesn't have a whole lot of, but she does know how to move her feet. She can shift her weight to her back end, turn towards the wall, and go the other direction. See right there, she's kind of shouldering out to the wall. I'm going to turn her into the wall, use my spurs, and send her back forward again. Right there, she's shouldered. Right now, she's not wanting to steer off the rein. And you'll see this deteriorate from here. She's not wanting to steer. All I'm asking for is steer. Nothing fancy, nothing hard. This horse has had a fair amount of saddle time, and this is just strictly resistance. She's had her teeth done. She's had vet check. There's nothing medically wrong with her. And she just wants to say no. Now here she got resistant. She wasn't even wanting to go forward, so I'm going to back her up a little bit. Back up zigzag exercise. And you see how she's putting a lot of weight on her front end, poking that shoulder out, not really wanting to move her shoulders laterally. Mainly just be willing to go where I say to go. I'm not really asking that much hard there. I'm asking for a little bit of a leg yield. And she kind of bows up with me, refuses and backs up. Well, we're just going to keep on backing. Let's back up in a zigzag, move her over. Oh, that was a little bit of a buck. She didn't like that either. So we're going to work through that, make her move her feet, and then go back and ask her again. When a horse does that kind of thing with you, the worst thing you can do is stop to recover yourself, regroup. What you really need to do is keep the horse moving their feet, and that's what I did right there. Bumped on her a little bit, pull her head around a little bit, and kept her moving. Now through all this, I'm just going to keep asking her to move her body, move her shoulders over. That's really all I'm asking for here. Go steer, move your shoulders. This is something that I know that she knows how to do. This is not new, and because it's not new, I'm not going to treat her like it's new. If you have a horse that already knows how to do something and they are refusing to do it, and you take them back to handling them like they don't know, you're going to create a whole different set of problems. I see that happen a whole bunch. There was another buck. I see that happen a whole bunch, and that creates a whole different series of problems. The horse learns that it don't have to work as hard because it gets to go back to the very beginning, which is the easy part. That's kind of like having a horse that don't want to lope, and you say, okay, we don't have to lope, we'll just trot. The horse is still getting away with not loping. If a horse knows how to do something, it's okay to back up to school that thing to make it better, but you don't treat the horse like it doesn't know. You have to go ahead and use ask, tell, demand, and push it through and get a little bit, and then reward for getting that little bit. Now here I'm trying to ask her to move her shoulders over again. You saw when I was turning the wall against the wall how bad that was. Now just walking around here, it's actually a little bit better. After she gave me those couple little bucks and then didn't get away with it and got fussed out a little bit, she's actually steering around a little bit better here. It's not great, but it's better than it was when I started. Some of it's better. There she's fussing with her head right there. Starting to give in. She fussed with her head, but she moved her shoulders over. Still resistance there. Now it feels like she's going to buck again. I'm grabbing the saddle horn. The resistance is still there, but I'm feeling a little there. I'm feeling a little bit of effort. So the shoulders pick up and move over, and then I reward and walk away. Going to reward what I get. And if she did not know what I was asking for, that little turn on the haunches to the left would not have been as good as it was. She knows what I'm asking for. Another little turn right there. That was pretty nice there. That was almost a 180 pivot. Nice. Now you see how just sticking through and asking her to go ahead and give me what I knew she knew. I'm getting a little bit. It's still not great. There's still resistance there, but it's a little bit of something. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to reward her for giving me that little bit of something by stepping off of her in just a minute. And the next day I came and rode her again, and it was much, much better the next day. There was still resistance, but not to the extent that there was here. So this is Xyla. I'll put a link to her playlist on YouTube. Until next time, thank you for watching.